Where were all you guys last year?
Coach, can you step forward?
That's the excuse.
I don't remember any draft workouts.
Monty, can you see any similarities, having been there, between the Spurs after the David Robinson injury and you this year, having your best player miss the entire year and having an opportunity to pick someone who could really transform a franchise?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I need more time to think about it. I guess you could. We were 20 and 62 that year, and weren't a really good team. But I think you could find some similarities, but I don't think that they'd be putting a lot of undue pressure on guys who don't deserve that. And plus, I think San Antonio didn't have the 10th pick that year, so I think there's some differences there. And they had more bigs at the time than we do. They had an all-star in Sean Elliott. He was injured as well, so I think it's a different situation. These guys are coming into a situation where they don't have as many older vets, no all-stars on the team, so I think it's a bit different.
So then is it a better situation than the Spurs one?
No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, you're going back to a team that has David Robinson, Sean Elliott, Avery Johnson.
And Monty Williams?
Yeah. They got rid of me and won a title, so that's a good move if you want to win. But I think it's a different situation. Our young guys are young, not just in age, but they're young in maturity as far as the league is concerned. And I think it takes 2, maybe 3 years to overcome that, let alone trying to go after what we want to go after someday.
You mentioned that before, and you mentioned veteran leadership. What kind of trade would it take for you to kind of move that 10th pick for a veteran? What would it take for you guys to move that pick for a veteran?
I haven't heard of anything, so anything I say would just cause something that shouldn't even be. So I don't know. We haven't. Dell and I haven't talked about any trade that would cause us to make a decision like that. And if we did, we'd have to make sure that Mickey was on board with it. Not one of us has heard anything that's going to sway us that way.
What can you tell us about the workout that Soccer and Hamilton had as far as watching them out there and how they were?
What was that again?
Soccer.
All the guys competed. To single one guy out wouldn't be fair. These workouts have been really competitive. I think for me, I'm not a good person to ask because this is the first time I've seen these guys because I don't watch a lot of basketball outside of the NBA. But what I will say is these last 2 workouts were probably our most competitive.
What are the primary needs that you feel you really accomplish in getting
Get 2 guys who score 25 a game, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 4 block shots, win 80% of their games.
Sounds easy.
If you can find them, it's easier. But obviously we want to build our young core. When you get a chance to do that with 2 top 10 picks, I've always wanted some length at the basket, and we're going to get a chance to do that because there are a ton of guys with length. And then the way the league is now, the top teams have 1 or 2 guys at least that can create their own shot, especially at the end of games. We have one guy in Eric Gordon. We'd like to add another in this draft.
From your standpoint, would you prefer to go after need at 10 or best player?
It could be both. It could be the best player that fills our need, and that would be optimum, in my opinion. But if it's the best player, like, trade to Mecca, you feel like you need a big. But if the best player is available and he's not a big, that doesn't mean we didn't have a good draft. We may be able to fill a need in free agency. And at the same time, you don't want to do that and make a bad move financially. It's going to hold us back 2 years. We don't want to spend money for the sake of spending money. But the needs are at the top of our list right now. But best player can thwart that in a second, especially if somebody slips in the draft.
Depending upon who the player is.
Right, depending on who that guy is. I mean, if he's a great talent, then that's up to me to fit him in to what we do.
You feel you're in a good spot though. You just said that you were at that 10th spot and a lot of people could fall what you're looking for. You feel at that spot that you don't think there's going to be too many situations where somebody that you might target move up, down, or when they move down, that's more of a benefit.
Yeah,
You feel you're in a good place.
I don't know. We'll be if our target guys are there and we have all three of them are sitting there and we get to choose from them, I think that's a good spot. But if they all go before us, then it won't be a good night. But so many things you can speculate. We just don't know how the draft is going to go.
Did you say what you're looking for at the 46? Is that a need or the best available? Or
Best available.
Best available
Yeah.
who can make the team?
Yeah, we don't. We've talked about that. We want that guy to make our team. So this is a deep draft, and so that's the plan, to have that guy be on our roster. Even if he's a guy in our PD program, we still want him on our roster. But that could change. You never know.
How do you feel about guard position right now before the draft?
What do you mean?
Like you have Jared coming back.
A little heated out here.
You have Jared coming back. You got Eric that you more than likely can resign. You have Grievous Vasquez. And just looking at the guys that you worked out 27 guys, and more than 27 was guard than any other position. I was just wondering where you feel you're at that spot right now going into the draft.
You can't have enough guards. I mean, like I said, we're trying to find guys who can create their own shot at the end of games. You look at Miami at the end of the game, they gave it to LeBron and Dwayne, and those guys just created for other guys, and Chalmers and Mike Miller and Battier were just licking their chops. Game 7 versus Boston, Bosh is in the corner just teeing off because he had guys who could create. So guards are the guys that can do that. Obviously, we love to have some guards with some size who can finish at the basket. But I think that's a premium in the NBA, having guards who can, and wings who can just create their own shot, find other guys, get to the free throw line, because that helps you set your defense. And it's hard to do that now. But I still don't think there's a paradigm for the league. I mean, I think you still can win a championship with two bigs. The Lakers did it back-to-back years. So the trend right now seems to be having guys who can create their own shot.
It's been a long process. Are you excited? Do you feel like it's time to see
Don't I look excited?
Huh?
Don't I look excited?
Yeah, we do.
Nah, it's part of the process. I mean, it's certainly a better position than we were in 2 years ago when I first got here. But with all that being said, we got a lot of work to do. These young guys aren't going to come in here and change the franchise. That's not going to happen. Our best player is Eric Gordon, and we got a lot of guys who know their roles. We're going to acquire some talent, and it's up to me and our staff to put these guys in a position to succeed, and that takes away all the excitement. Because I deal in reality, I don't deal in excitement.
Thank you,